Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is Tyler here, bringing you some more Call of Duty action today. And of course, before we get into the gameplay, I'll be talking CDL as we have Major 4 coming up this weekend. It should be a good one out there in Paris, so definitely make sure you got your alarm set. You're gonna have to be getting up early to watch these matches, man. And before we get into my bracket predictions, of course, I'll recap what happened in the final weekend of the online qualifiers. Thankfully, we are done with online Call of Duty for this Black Ops 7 season. So yeah, man, all land going forward with Major 4 champs and EWC. Make sure you go ahead and slap that like button for me. It is much appreciated, and subscribe if you are new. But yeah, man, not great by any means, but pretty solid for this final week here of the Major 4 online qualifiers, man. 21 points on the board here in the pick'ems, but not great, like I said, but not bad. Starting off Friday, of course, I had Falcons taking down FaZe in a good series, right? But it was time for Falcons to finally not show up. They hadn't lost yet in these qualifiers, and finally they get slammed there. 3-0. FaZe just absolutely ran that series. It was not even competitive at all. But then we move on to another series that wasn't too competitive, other than, of course, Cloud9 able to take the map too, so unable to hit the map count there on the 3-0 from Thieves. Of course, they weren't taking it too serious. But yeah, they end up with a 3-1 victory there over Cloud9, and then closing out Friday, I had Gentlemates 3-0, and of course, Breach was able to get a map, so still able to get, Gentlemates right, of course, but couldn't get to 3-0. Moving into Saturday, start off with Cloud9, and this was just my long shot, man. We just had to take a shot, see if they get a win on the board, and of course they lose 3-1 once again. And then next up, we get a nice 3-0 correct with Thieves over Surge. Kind of figured, after they were, not great against Cloud9, that they'd come out and slam on Saturday. And then next up, we got another correct map count, 3-2 for OpTic over Koi. That series was pretty up and down, man. I don't think as an OpTic fan, I don't think we should have a whole lot to worry about, but at the same time, you can't really be too happy with what we've seen lately in these online qualifiers this stage anyways. But yeah, I mean, you're able to find a way to get the win in the end in map 5, so we'll take it, but definitely should be doing a little bit better than what they did there. And then closing out, Falcons end up winning 3-2 over G2. Of course, I had G2 3-1, but that was also with the thought of Falcons beating FaZe. So it makes sense for them Falcons then to bounce back and get the win Saturday, but for whatever reason I didn't switch it up. But yeah, man, G2, they still look solid. It's just that map 5 was insane. I mean, there was a lot of weird stuff going on throughout this series, but that map 5, some of the most faded plays I've ever watched, like even worse than what I see in, plat and gold ranked lobbies. Like, come on, man. Like, I just don't understand what these guys were doing, not planting the bomb, and multiple times we're trying to rotate at times when you shouldn't be, or pushing through mid when you should probably wrap and stay out, or it's just, I don't know. That series was insane, and also at the same time, it was kind of hard to concentrate because a whole bunch of challengers drama was blowing up that night with the Stallions. Of course, I won't dive too much into that. I'm sure you all know about all that stuff, but it's definitely fries over there. But yeah, I'm not sure if it'll, go too well with the new roster. Not like it was going too great recently anyways, but yeah, man, I hope they figure it out, man. Rooting for all them guys. Even the Saudi team that got put together last second going out there, hope they do well, but it's just tough when you got these teams changing last second and all this crazy stuff going on. It's like a lot of them other teams have only had like 1, maybe 2 players change in the last month or so, so it's like they've had so many more reps than these guys. It's going to be tough to just show up to land, but at the same time, that is kind of when some things can happen. You just really never know. Maybe a couple of upsets here and there. But yeah, back to the CDL stuff. Of course, we go into Sunday, Miami against Surge. Of course, Surge 3-0'd them, man. I probably should have changed that, but I don't know. You just never know what you're going to get out of Surge. It kind of depends if Mamba has his boots on or not, but I mean, they slammed Miami there. It was just a terrible showing. Metals is terrible. I mean, I've said it multiple times. I've been saying it for months. I was even saying it months ago when the rumors started. I was like, you have to put Real in for Metals, not Trakes. It just doesn't make sense. Like, look at Trakes, man. He's just on a playground in challengers. He don't belong there, bro. But yeah, Heretics are faded, and yeah, they get 3-0 slammed by Surge. So that's probably not how you want to round out the online part of the season, but yeah, that'll do you. Next up, we had Koi 3-1 over G2, but they end up winning 3-2 there in map 5. G2, I mean, they've been so up and down this year as well. They're definitely the better team talent-wise. Like, they should definitely beat Koi. But yeah, man, I don't know what to expect out of them two teams. Maybe they'll take LAN a little more seriously, but yeah, man, closing out the online qualifiers, you had FaZe with the 3-0 over Carolina, of course. I mean, the whole Nox situation, Standy, I don't know what's going on there. Of course, they didn't have a whole lot of time to play, but I just don't think bringing in Nox makes sense. The dude can't even speak English, right? So the comms aren't going to be great, and he's like, he's really good, to get kills and challengers, but as far as in the pro league, it's like it'll take a long time to get on the same page when you can't even speak the same language as the other players on your team. So I just don't think it made sense. There was a whole lot of questions in my head with what Standy had going on. Maybe it was just a weekend thing, but we haven't heard nothing yet. So it seems like Nox is still going to be playing with them. And then plus, like, with the Stallions stuff going on, then Geo ended up going to take Nox's spot on that Falcons Academy team. So I don't know, man. I think Nox is going to be playing with Carolina. So Standy, I don't know if there's something serious going on. Hopefully it's nothing too crazy, or if it is, hopefully everything ends up being all right. But I think it's possible that he's taking the angle of, hey, Carolina's not making champs, so he would maybe rather go play with challengers, end up in challengers and go play with challengers champs, you know what I'm saying? Because Carolina ain't gonna make it, and I just don't know. I don't think they fully dropped him. I think he just got benched, so that's why it's still kind of like iffy in the air of like what it was. Like, was it just for this weekend, or I really don't know. I don't think so, because of all a lot of dominoes fell after that happened. So yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens, but either way, Carolina, they'll show up to LAN and get slammed like usual. All right, I'm about to go through the bracket. For whatever reason, I don't know why it's not on the Pick'em site yet. Same thing happened last major where they didn't have it up. Maybe it was because they were waiting till the group stage got done to put the bracket up or something. I don't know, but either way, I didn't fill one out last time, and here we don't have it up, but I'm still going to go through my predictions for you and whatnot, but we just don't have it in a normal capacity. All right, so here's the bracket, and of course it is a 3-day event. If you did not know, usually the majors start on Thursday. This one starts Friday, and it's only in 3 days. So it's, a little bit different layout there. You got the bottom 4 starting in losers, where normally you have everyone up in winners, and then the top 4 seeds have the first round bye or whatever. But they've done a couple different formats this year, and I like that they've been changing things up. The only one I didn't like was when they had only 10 teams go, like where the 2 didn't even make it or whatever. They did like the round robin qualifiers and all that. Like, that format was absolute garbage, and they should never do that ever again. You should never be taking teams away from events. You should only be either running the 12 you have in the league, or you should be adding to it, which of course they had the pro last time, which is great. But yeah, man, this format, I think it's pretty solid. I like it. I like having more matches in less days. Like, I think 3 days is great. 4 days isn't bad, but I think 3 days is better. Just you'll have a couple of streams going at the same time and whatnot. Before I go over the bracket, of course, I'll pull up the schedule for the first day, of course. But yeah, as you see here, of course, you'll have the Alpha stream and the Bravo stream, and we'll be getting through winners round 1 and losers round 1 in the first day, plus the first match of losers round 2. So it's going to be a long one, man, but Like I said, you got to set your alarms early because they are over in Paris. So I think the matches will be starting, I don't even know, like 5 in the morning, maybe? Eastern time, US. I think it's 5 in the morning because they start at 11 over there. I think, but I could be wrong. Or maybe it's a little bit later. Maybe it's Challengers that starts at 5 in the morning. But either way, it's going to be a long day and you got to get up early. I'll be literally having to watch it while I'm getting ready for work and while I'm working. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, this is, we'll be starting with OpTic and Breach on the Alpha stream, followed by Gentlemates and Vegas, while over on the Bravo stream starting off has Falcons G2 and then Thieves against Carolina. Let's just try to go ahead and run through this, and then I'll leave you, at the end with some solid Black Ops 7 ranked play gameplay. Remember, you can follow my Twitch down in the description. Team Millie Rock. I go live usually Saturday and Sunday morning, and then try to a couple times during the week at night just for a couple hours after I get off work. And of course, follow the Twitter as well, and I'll, post updates on when I'm going live and other stuff like picks and whatnot. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and go through this bracket. Starting off with Thieves Ravens. Of course, we'll be taking Thieves to move on. So that'll drop Ravens down to play Heretics and Losers. And the next, this should be an absolute banger. To start, the tournament, of course, FaZe Gentlemates. A wild round 1 matchup there, and I'm going to be taking Gentlemates to get the victory, and they move on to then take on Thieves. And then FaZe, of course, will drop down to play against Cloud9 there in Losers round 1. Now for map counts and stuff, I'm not gonna go through every map count in this, since we don't have the pick'em stuff up. But if you want to know what map counts I end up going with, I will most likely be tweeting them out. If I forget, or throughout the day, I'll at least have like my initial ones up. But throughout the day, it might be kind of hard for me to tweak because I'll be working, and then the odds and stuff will be going up as other matches are ending, so it'll be kind of difficult. But either way, like I said, just follow the links in the description below, and all the updates will be on Twitter or X. All right, next up, you got Falcons against G2. Should be a solid series, man. And Falcons, they have not been very good on land at all this season, but I have a good feeling about this tournament for them for some reason. I think it's going to go well for them, and they're going to start with a nice victory there over G2. And then a pretty easy one, man, OpTic. Everyone's talking about how they, finally don't get the 1 seed, but still end up on the easy side of the bracket. Hey, man, that's just sometimes that's just how it works out, man. So I'll have them take down Breach to move on to winners round 2, where they will take on Falcons. Forgot to drag G2 down there. They'll take on Koi. And then Breach, of course, will drop down to take on Surge. So, starting with Losers round 1, Heretics against Royal Ravens. Again, very questionable with Carolina, the whole Knox situation, Standy out, Knox in. It's just like, I don't think that really would help you at all. If anything, it's going to hurt your team. And either way, they are only good online anyways. And even that, they got 3-0'd in their last online match, and they're only one with Knox. So, yeah, Miami's going to get it done. I still, I'm not high on Miami at all, but for this matchup, they should be able to take care of that. And then, of course, let's, not be silly. Of course, we'll take FaZe to take out Cloud9. Yeah, they should 3-0 them. Maybe Cloud9 will take the Surge, because I do think FaZe's Surge has been absolutely horrendous. So, yeah, don't be surprised if something weird happens there. So, they should get it done, man. Cloud9 can't run respawns. Even when they look good in hardpoint, they end up finding a way to lose it in the end. They've lost so many hardpoints with like 230, 240 points this season. It's insane. But yeah, man, next up you got G2 against Koi. And I'm sorry, Koi, but you're going down. G2's going to get the win here. Boy, with a top 12 finish, that is not going to be good for them, man. And that would definitely make you think they gotta, make some sort of change, right? Will they just wait for next season? Will they wait for EWC? Or will they do it for champs? I'm not sure, but I'm definitely expecting them to lose to G2. And even if Falcons drop down there from maybe if G2 wins there and winners, I still think Falcons would drop down to beat Koi either way. So that's just a tough draw for them. But hey, it is what it is. If you didn't want that, then you should have done better in the qualifiers. And then the last matchup there of losers round 1, I am going to take Surge to beat Boston. I mean, that's basically a toilet bowl there. Pretty garbage matchup, but I think Surge will get it done. I just think that their players will show up more on LAN. Like Purge, I'm not expecting to do well, even though he has done a little bit better since switching to the flex role. But, unless TJ Halley has a masterclass, then I just don't see it happening. Who knows? Maybe. He was on Surge earlier in the season, so maybe a little revenge spot, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think Surge shows up there, Crazy Mamba on LAN, get it done. And then while we're here, I am also going to go ahead and take G2 over Surge. And I do think that matchup is going to end up being way better than people expect, man. Like, do not be surprised if Surge beat G2. I could see it going 5 maps, that's for sure. And I'll be honest with you, man, I really wanted to take FaZe to lose early in this tournament. But it's just not going to happen. I know Heretics have beat them in all of their matchups this season. I think it was all online, though. I think they played 4 times, and it was all 3-1s, or there was 1 3-0 in there as well. So you'd think maybe this is, an upset spot. Even though, can you really call it an upset since Heretics, usually beat them? But no, FaZe obviously the much better team, and I do think that they will show up and get the victory here, man. But it could be a good one. Like I said before, with their search and destroy being so sketchy, like, you never know what could happen, man. So back to winners. Round 2, we'll start off with the Thieves Gentlemates matchup. Should be an absolute banger, man. That matchup is going to be insane if you ask me, but we're going to go ahead and take Thieves to get the win. I just think that they're the best team in the game right now. Obviously, they've been winning everything lately, and Gentlemates, they just haven't had as much time together, but they have had more time at this point to where I do think they'll make it a series. But Joe Deceivers might have to drop 130 kills to get the win. Yeah. Either way, it still should be a solid tournament for Gentlemates, as you will see eventually when I go back down to losers. I'll go ahead and drag them down. I do believe it flips too at this point, right? So they would drop down to play G2, not FaZe. There we go. And then Falcons against OpTic in the other round 2 winners matchup. Yeah, man. A lot of people probably are going to disagree with this call here. But as I said earlier, I think Falcons are going to have a good tournament, man. And yeah, we are definitely going to go ahead and take Falcons to go ahead and beat OpTic, man. I'm sure you're surprised. I am an OpTic fan, but I'm just being honest. Like, this is just all, I put all bias aside when I do these predictions and whatnot. Like, the way OpTic's been playing, I could see them coming out a little bit flat there on the Saturday. And then, Falcons, I just feel like this is going to be their best LAN performance. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to take them to win at all. I got them in the winners final now against Thieves, but I just think that they're going to get it done against OpTic, possibly in 4 maps. If it goes 5, then I think it probably depends on what map they end up playing, but I think it'll be a 3-1 for Falcons there, and that'll drop OpTic down to play FaZe, man. I mean, between OpTic and FaZe, I wouldn't have minded having either one of them go out early, but since they end up playing here in losers round 3, one of them is still going to end up getting to that top 6 spot. Or no, that is top 6 already, right? Yeah. They are top 6 here, so they'll be playing to get to top 4. Let's go ahead and just go ahead and pick it. I'm taking OpTic. Yeah, that's right. FaZe go out top 6. But don't be surprised if this goes either way. I think between either one, whoever wins this matchup will end up losing either way. As you see here, I am going to have Gentlemates absolutely mollywop G2 3-0 slammage to move on to the next round of losers. And yeah, OpTic against Gentlemates, this is the Paris home major. And I do think that Paris will end up getting this victory. So there we go. I have Gentlemates moving on to that losers final, and OpTic finish in that top 4 spot. Now, I don't think fans should be super angry about this by any means. Now, would you rather win it? Of course, you'd rather win the major, but at the same time, top 4 isn't terrible, and I think that just gives them that extra kick in the ass going into champs to try to get that 3-peat, man. 3 rings in a row would be absolutely insane, but at the same time, it would be a lot easier to do that if you were coming off a major victory, so either way, man, I think it'll be a good series, man. But Gentlemates, I think, get it done, man. Probably goes map 5, but every map should be a banger there, man. I mean, at the end, we're going to be seeing some great Call of Duty being played in these final few matchups. Then, of course, in that winner's final, I have Thieves against Falcons. And this will be where Falcons finally get beat, and they will drop down to that loser's final to take on the Gentlemates. Now, this is a tough choice, man. I really wanted to have Falcons get to that grand final, man, but I just think with Gentlemates going on a little run here after the loss to Thieves, which, if they didn't have to play Thieves in winners round 2, I would have had them in the winners final regardless of how else it played out. But since they got Thieves in round 2, I just had to go this way, man. There we go, man. Gentlemates move on to that grand final. Oh, I forgot to move the LAT thing over. Hold on. There we go, LAT. But yeah, man, Thieves against Gentlemates in that grand final. Can the Thieves get it done? Can they win another one, man? They won Major 3 and I was going to say the last 2 minor tournaments, but, the only 2 minor tournaments, but that is the last 3, tourneys that we've had, whether, the minors or the majors. They've won 3 straight. So, yeah, can they make it a second major in a row, though? I don't think so, man. Gentlemates go on the run through losers, and they're going to get the victory at home in front of the fans. Joe Deceives gets his shit, man. I just think it's going to happen. They've had enough time at this point. They're going to get it done. They've had enough practice and whatnot after, their week off. How many GAs are they going to break throughout the tournament? I don't know. Probably at least 1 or 2. And, that's being super serious. I'm sure it'll happen. Like, they literally are, like, allergic to not doing it, it seems like. But, yeah, it's just, like, nonstop from them. So, either way, I don't think it'll, like, decide the grand finals or decide the tournament by any means. I'm sure it'll probably be a couple of off plays that probably wouldn't even really make a huge difference, but it's just the way they play. I'm sure they'll break GAs. It is what it is. But yeah, man, I got Gentlemates getting the victory here at Major 4 over there in Paris. Their home major. It'll be huge for those fans and those players. They'll be hype, I'm sure. And they won Major 1 and have had a crazy roller coaster ride since then. I mean, hell, they even lost an online matchup to Cloud9 earlier in the season. So yeah, you just never know with the Gentlemates, the whole Neptune drama that went on and whatnot. But yeah, getting Joe Deceives was huge, and I just think, also the Estriel thing, now that they've all had enough time together, I think this is where they put it together, and they'll get it done. They'll get the revenge and take down Thieves there in grand finals. I'll go 4-2. Would love to see it go map 7, but we'll go 4-2, maybe even 4-1. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling that day, but as of now, we'll say 4-2 Gentlemates. But yeah, man, that's going to do it for my Major 4 predictions there for the CDL final major before champs. But yeah, man, comment below your thoughts. Who do you think is going to win? What do you think about me having OpTic go out top 4? FaZe top 6 along with G2 is kind of crazy. But hey, it is what it is. Someone's got to lose at some point. It's just the way the bracket plays out, man. So yeah, that'll do it. Like I said before, hit that like button. I'd appreciate it a lot. And subscribe to the channel if you are new. Stay tuned for this Call of Duty Black Ops 7 ranked play gameplay. Should be a solid one. I don't even remember what it is. I think I end up getting kind of hyped during it. But yeah, I kind of crash out. I have lots of ups and downs throughout the streams. You know, we'll win, you know, 5 games in a row. Then all of a sudden my gun's not shooting the same no more. I'd be losing full. But hey, it's tons of fun, man. So make sure you tune into the live streams whenever you get a chance. But yeah, man, hope you enjoy the gameplay. And like I said, yeah, that'll do it. Have a nice day. Peace. Come on, man. Let's get this dub, man.
Hardpoint. You are authorized to engage. Protect the guild's interests. Hardpoint locked down. We've claimed the lead. Widen the gap. Hostile personnel have captured the hardpoint.
I trolled right there. I should have had 2 kills. Ended up with none. And we're still spawning over here, bro. This couldn't have been a worse start. What? That's insane. NPC cheese.
We control the hardpoint. Hardpoint located. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint active. Testing hardpoint.
Where's the trade? What the fuck are these guys shooting at, brother?
Down.
And I spawned out. That's great.
The advantage is ours. Hold it. Hardpoint contested.
You can flip him to the back now. Dude, he should be dead. Come on, y'all gotta push that out.
Contesting hardpoint. Hostile personnel have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint identified.
Yeah, we're about to get cooked on this next point, I can already tell.
Hardpoint is active. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint contested. Black Ops took the warp. Do not let them keep it. We control the hardpoint.
What?
Maintain current
Holy
posture.
shit, that's crazy.
Hardpoint.
Hell nah.
Hostile personnel have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down. We control the hardpoint. Hardpoint located.
Dude, they line up and I can't kill either one. Couple headshots in there, doesn't matter. I'm always rotating by myself.
Hardpoint active.
At least they're there
Hostiles
now.
have the hardpoint.
But you gotta wait.
Hardpoint contested.
Alright, now we go. Bro, look right. Oh my god, bro. He never turned.
Hardpoint contested.
Yeah, I
have
can
the
tell
lead.
we ain't
Take it
breaking
back.
this one.
Contesting hardpoint. Hardpoint contested.
How is he
Hardpoint
not
locked
dead?
down.
Like, that's crazy to
Hardpoint
me, bro. Like,
identified.
what is going on? All of a sudden, my gun ain't shooting the same ammunition.
White wall on new.
Have the hard point.
Yeah, he's on stairs lobby.
Contesting hard point. Hard point locked down.
Just don't lose spawns. Alright, we're good.
Hostile personnel have captured the hard point. Hard point located.
I need an NPC. How did they end up back there?
Hard point active.
One more driveway.
We control the hard point.
Coming side door, two side door.
Hard point contested. The advantage is ours. Hold
Bro.
it. Hostiles have the hard point.
I just don't get what my teammates are looking at. Nothing makes any fucking sense, bro. Like, what are you guys looking at, bro? Like, literally, what are you fucking looking at? It makes no fucking sense. Like, how do they keep ending up in the back?
Hard point identified.
Ah, bro! Oh, this is so annoying. Like, I just don't get how these people are getting these places.
Contesting hard point.
Like, what my teammates are looking at.
Hostile personnel have captured the hard point.
Oh, this is so frustrating. Of course, they were waiting for it. My nades that I threw there did nothing to any of them. So that told me that I was clear.
Hard point contested.
Dude.
Contesting hard point.
I just don't get how all of a sudden I just can't get kills anymore. Makes no sense.
Hard point contested. Hostiles in the hard point. Hard point located.
Yeah, I'm definitely... this shit's over with. I mean, you can just tell when, like, you have a different connection than everyone else, bro. Like, I
Contesting
don't...
hard point.
Every other game... The last 5 games I played, my gun was killing people, and now it's not. Like, yeah, obviously it's some bullshit.
Enemy Hellstorm launch detected in your AO.
I'm tired of my grenades hitting these stupid fucking doors, bro. I'm literally aiming it straight through the fucking opening.
Hostile personnel have captured the hard point.
I love this game so much.
Hard point contested.
Where's my teammate? Behind me. Push with me. Hello.
Hard point identified. We control the hard point.
Why would you... Dude. Oh, I know it was just a second or two, but you're stupid as hell.
Hostiles have the hard point. Hard point locked down. Contesting hard point. Hostile personnel have captured the hard point.
Need time. Get on there.
Control the hard point. Hostiles have the hard point. Hard point contested.
Shot it from 3 different directions.
Contesting hard point.
One more pushing orange.
Hard point located. Hard point contested. They are pressing their advantage. Take control of this.
No way.
Hard point active. Hard point locked down.
One all the way.
Contesting hardpoint.
Why are we off the time? What the fuck?
Hardpoint contested.
Behind us. He's at
Hardpoint identified. Hardpoint is active.
Another
Contesting
getting the time and
hardpoint.
shit, but I'm getting all the needed kills. Ooh, needed that one, but I just started going crazy right there to bring us back, bro. Holy shit, but they're spawning close.
Hardpoint contested.
We gotta go.
Hostile personnel have captured the hardpoint.
Stay on the.
Spawning outer.
We control the hardpoint. Contesting hardpoint. Lead is ours. Do not let up. Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint located. Hardpoint active. Contesting hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down.
That's how you do it right there. That's how you do it, boys. Let's fucking go, man.
It's your role in today's success.
We was getting shit on. And I am 35 and 23, man. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, I'm getting hype over a ranked play victory. We was getting shit on, down for the count. Them last 2-3 hills, I only died like 4 times. Come on, man. I was 17 and 17. Went 18 and 6 the rest of the way. We was down by 80. Get the dub. Come on, man. Let's go. Come on. James Harden got arrested. Unlawful carrying of weapons. Why the hell is James Harden carrying a weapon? You are stupid as hell, boy.